Hello and welcome to Friday's edition of Crack the Crypto. It's Christmas time. I can never remember what day it is at Christmas. You work in terms of is it Boxing Day? Is it New Year's Day? Yesterday was New Year's Day. Today it's Friday. I should know that because I did a crossword video only about 2 hours ago. So I don't know what's going on with my brain, but those parts of it weren't linked up correctly. And it's already been an extraordinary start to 2026 from a Sudoku perspective. Yesterday, I think I've got it here. Here we go. Yeah, yesterday we saw the recommencement of the Rat Run series from Marty Sears with this incredible puzzle set 51 years in the future. Sort of a little teaser for season 3 of the Rat Run puzzles, which I presume is imminent now. So extraordinary to do that on New Year's Day. And today we have the return of two of the most well-known and brilliant constructors in the whole world of Sudoku, because this puzzle is a collaboration between none other than Tallcat and zetamath. So that is about 400 IQ points right there that have concocted this one. It's called Heavy. It's not just a straight Renban, by the way. It has a special rule. So don't plow into it thinking it's normal Renban rules apply. I'll explain how the rules work in a moment or two's time. It's got 4 stars out of 5 for difficulty, and I'm very much looking forward to having a go at it. But let me just trot through some other things on this Friday, where actually I have had snow. I doubt there's going to be any sign of Maverick today because there is snow on the ground here in Surrey, and it is jolly cold. But let me look at my list of things that I want to tell you about that aren't related to the weather. Well, there was a crossword video earlier. Very, very nice puzzle by Mark Kelmanson. So if you're trying to improve your cryptic crossword skills, do have a look at that. Now, yes, yesterday we published a bonus video on the channel, which was a solve with Don from Oregon. So it's a viewer solve. We got together and we solved a puzzle by Erin Tola, and Erin came on the viewer solve series earlier in 2025. So it was a very nice closing of the loop there. And I can tell you that Mark this morning has drawn the winner of December's competition. So if you were one of our patrons and one of the 900 or so patrons who managed to complete the put out the flags Sudoku hunt, which was our December competition, then drum roll please, the winner was Katie Ellis. Now I have to say, we don't know where in the world Katie is, so I can't give you any guidance. I suppose it's possible there's more than one Katie Ellis. We didn't think of that, but anyway, Katie, if I will drop you an email later in the day and see if you have any interest at all in coming on the channel with me and solving a puzzle. I hope that you would enjoy that. Many congratulations, and those who haven't started it yet, do check out the Off by One calendar by the Paint by Numbers Institute, which is our January reward. It went live yesterday afternoon, and we've already heard from some folk who have already finished all 13 puzzles in the pack that it is a lot of fun, as you would expect. So that is over on Patreon right now. Now, what else can I tell you about? Let me look at my list. I've got 2 birthdays to do, 2 2nd of January birthdays. James, you've turned 25 today, and I know this because your fiance Will wrote to me. I think James, you've been watching the channel for 3 or 4 years, if I'm not mistaken, and that you're about to move to Australia later in the month. So I wish you the very best of luck with that. I'm predicting the weather there is going to be somewhat better than the weather here. I don't know whereabouts in Oz you're moving to, but it's a country I am very, very fond of. So I'm a teeny bit jealous, actually. But James, many happy returns. I hope the chocolate cake today is very, very splendid. And then Rhiannon Rhiannon, it's your birthday today, and I know this because your boyfriend Nick wrote to me and told me that you like watching the videos to relax when there's a lot going on in the world. Yeah, there's always a lot going on in the world, isn't it? I think that puzzles are a rather delightful place where we can... they have a mindful quality, don't they? I think of them a bit like skiing. You know, you just get lost in it. You can only really concentrate on the thing that you're doing. And I think that does have a calming and it's rather good for our brains as well. Rhiannon, many happy returns. I hope the chocolate cake is splendid. And that's all the news. That's all the news. So we can do some solving, or at least we can try. We're going to have a go at Heavy by Tallcat and zetamath. The rules are as follows. We have got normal Sudoku rules applying. So we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. We've got Renban. So it says Renban, which I think are these purple, pink, or pinkle lines. These are Renban lines, and they contain a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in any order. So if this digit was a 1, then you would know, because this line has to contain a consecutive set of digits overall, that it must contain 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I've managed to somehow fill that in order, which I didn't intend to do. They can be in any order. They just have to be overall a consecutive non-repeating set. However, there is one more rule, so I'm just checking that the recording is going okay because I'm on different software at the moment. There is one more rule. It says, in this puzzle, the largest digit on each Renban must be at one of the ends. So if this was, let's say it was 2, 3, 4... Yeah, that would work. Okay, so if this was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this would not be a valid way to fill this line, because the 6 is the largest digit, and the 6 would need to be in one of the two end positions. So we could achieve that by sort of swapping those round. That is a really, really unusual change, but that is the change, and they are all the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. We've got the classic Z that I think zetamath tries to put a line that is Z-shaped in almost all his puzzles. We've got quite a lot of we have got quite a lot of symmetry as well. That shape and that shape are sort of symmetrical around column 5, aren't they? These shapes. We've got this weird sort of croquet hoop pattern at the top, which feels like it's probably important. Yeah, I guess because of the funny rule. Yeah, okay, so let's think about the croquet hoops. Now we've got this funny rule going on, which says that if the highest digit on a croquet hoop has to go in an end. So I think what we're meant to do is to think about 9, because I can't put 2 9s in those cells, because if I did, they would, I could on one croquet hoop, the 9 would have to go in sort of the tips of the croquet hoop, and then on the other croquet hoop that the 9 would be on, because it can't repeat on a croquet hoop, it would again go in a tip and it would repeat in row 2. So that actually is going to put a 9 in the corner of the puzzle, weirdly. So we're actually going to get a digit there, which is a bit strange. And that's because the second 9, there must be 2 9s, mustn't there? There must be a 9 in row 1 and a 9 in row 2. We can put 1 9 on the croquet hoops maximum, so we must put a 9 in this domino, and it can't go in row 2 because the 9 on the croquet hoop would go in row 2. So presumably, hang on, I need to just think about this now. So there must be a way that we know how these croquet hoops work. And I'm not seeing it. Let me just mull this for a second. So, okay, I can't put in another 9 there. So there is definitely a croquet hoop that contains a 9. And that croquet hoop will therefore contain 9, 8, 7, 6. But does that mean I know somehow what this digit is? Does it have to be 8? If it was 8, it's really going to be constrained. Whatever you put into this cell, you're going to have 2 of 7 digits to put on the croquet hoops, plus 1 of the 9 and 1 of whatever this digit is to put on the hoops. So I feel like all of the Renbans would be determined. You wouldn't know the order of them, but you would know what they have to contain. And what about 1? Where are we putting? Yeah, I see. Yes, okay. So sorry, this is going to be obvious to everybody. I was thinking about high digits. 1 can't go on 2 croquet hoops. Because if you put a 1 on a croquet hoop, what is the nature of the croquet hoop that you've put the 1 on? It must be a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple, mustn't it? And where's the 4 going on that quadruple? Well, it has to go in an end. But now, if you put 1 on another croquet hoop, the 4 would go in the end, and the 4s would clash. So you can't put 2 1s on croquet hoops, and if you can't put 2 1s on croquet hoops, that digit is a 1. And now, well, right, okay, let's try and work this out. So let's make a little aide-memoire. There is 1 1 on a croquet hoop. So that croquet hoop is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 4 on that croquet hoop is going to go in an end. And there's going to be 1 9 on a croquet hoop, and that croquet hoop will be 9, 8, 7, 6, and that will have a 9 in its end. Yeah, okay, but now I've only managed to put 1 8 onto croquet hoops. So there must be a second croquet hoop that contains an 8 but doesn't have a 9 on it. So that croquet hoop is going to be 8, 7, 6, 5, and the 8 is going to be in the end. Now, okay, now I've only put 1 5 on a croquet hoop, and I've put 2 6s on croquet hoops. So the other croquet hoop is going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, and the 5 is going to be the big digit. Okay, I'm just sort of doing a sense check on this. I think that feels right, doesn't it? So, do we know? We know that one. This croquet hoop in box 3 is neither of these two, because one of these has 9, one of these has 1 on. So this one is either 2, 3, 4, 5, which would make this 6, 7, 8, which would put lots of 6, 7s and 8s in these croquet hoops. Or this is 5, 6, 7, 8. It's the other one, and this is 2, 3. Oh, right. That doesn't work. Yeah, okay. So I think what we can do now is to look at these cells. Well, look at this croquet hoop, but the impact it has on these 3 cells. Because self-evidently, the biggest digit on a 5-cell Renban cannot be less than 5, can it? We could fill this Renban here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the lowest we could possibly put on it, and the 5 is the biggest digit, and the 5 would have to go in the tip. So we know that the tip digits here, well, not both digits, but the greatest digit on this V is at least 5, and it could be higher. But if we put 8, 7, 6, 5 on here, these digits are 2, 3, 4. And the biggest digit, supposedly, on this 5-cell Renban is a maximum of 4. That's just nonsense. That won't work. So it must be the other way round. This has got to be 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6, 7, 8. And So this, okay, so this, we already knew this didn't have 9 on it because the 9 would have had to go in the tip. If it has 8 on it, this V is filled with 87654. And it must have 8 or 7 on it because it can't have 2 6s in its top positions. So it could have a 3 on it, I suppose, if it was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this would be an 8. And I know what I should do. I'm not sure I should do it, but I know some people would pencil mark this. But I don't think it's helpful, is it? Is it really helpful to pencil mark 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 into there? Because that's what you would have to do. If you wanted to fully capture the full panoply of nonsenses that could go on this V, it would be 5 different digits. What about 1 and 9 then in this box? Well, they're clearly in those cells, but right, 9 definitely cannot go here. In fact 9 can't go there either. That's okay, so maybe it's 9 that we focus on in box 6. Where is it? Now it can't go here because it would demonstrably be the biggest digit on the Renban and yet wouldn't be in a tip, so it's definitely not there. If it was here, what would these 3 cells be? Well, to make this a consecutive series, these would be 6, 7, 8, and that cell would not be allowed to exist. Now, so this is not 9 either, so 9 is off. 9 is in there. Okay, so 9 has to be in the bottom 2 cells of column 8. Again, it can't be partly along a Renban because it would be the biggest digit. So if this was 9, that wouldn't necessarily be impossible. Okay, what about 1 then? See, if this is a 1, we know this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 Renban, and we know this is a 4. Which I feel like actually that's not impossible. That might work as well. Oh dear. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the top row then. Because, right, what have we filled in? We filled in this one. Oh, I tell you something. The 5 has to be in the bottom 2 positions here. So we've done that one. So we've found 1 croquet hoop. And now I've got 6, 7, and 8 on croquet hoops in both boxes. Because 6, 7, and 8 have to be on 2 different croquet hoops. And that's probably important. Okay, I don't know what to do now. Let's think. So 6, 7, and 8. Okay, here is. Oh no, that is right. Yeah, this Z. Let's just have a quick think about that. Because in box 2, 6, 7, and 8 are, I don't know where they are, but they're definitely up there somewhere. So I was thinking about 9. Could Z contain a 9? I don't think so, because wherever the 9 was, it could be in either end. The rest of this thing would be made up of 8s, 7s, and 6s, and this cell could not exist because it couldn't be 6, 7, or 8. So there's definitely no 9 on here. Which means what then? So these, I mean, it's again, tallcat and zetamath trying to make me pencil mark. Because again, you could do this. I don't want to do it. I really don't want to do that. But you could do it. No, I refuse. I refuse. I've already got. Oh, okay, all right, I do it. Who are you? Who are you, and what have you done with Simon Anthony? No, I'm only doing it to be consistent with the nonsenses I've put over there. So if these were as big as possible, they could be 4 and 5. So this could be 6 and 7. 6, 7 again. Oh no, we're not going there, are we? Okay, and 6, 7 and 8 have to be in those cells as well. So can we do something with this V? Can we say that that can't have 9 on it? Yeah, okay. Oh, actually, I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. If this had 9 on it, this V shape would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this digit would have to be a 5. So this would be a 5, 9 pair. That doesn't work, does it, actually? It doesn't work because one of 6, 7 and 8 would have to be on this croquet hoop at least. And once one of them is on it, if 5 and 9 are not available, that you can't fill it because you need 4 different digits between the digits 5 and 9 if 5 and 9 are not available. So there is no, so there is no 9 on the V, which means 9 in row 3 is in one of 2 places. Now I'm very prepared to pencil mark that. I'll make 9s green. So I've got a green in there, I've got a green in here. Now, hang on. How do we do this then? I don't. Oh, hang on. Here's one point. Oh, this is annoying. Right, that one can't be the 1, 2, 3, 4. I've still got a croquet hoop to find, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's not this one. Because then there wouldn't be enough room to put the 6, 7 and 8 into this box. They could only go on that one. So that one is not 6, 7, 8. It's either 5, 6, 7, 8 or 6, 7, 8, 9. Which, yeah, I see. No, it's very straightforward. Oh, it's lovely, actually. That's lovely, but I haven't seen it for however many minutes I've been looking at this. And that's very dense of me. Yeah, it's exactly the same point for this croquet hoop. If I make this croquet hoop the 1, 2, 3, 4 croquet hoop, where do I put 6, 7 and 8 in box 1? They'd all 3 digits would have to go on this side of this croquet hoop, and there's only 2 digits available. So the 1, 2, 3, 4 croquet hoop is that one, which is, well, I mean, it is what it is, but it's true. So, right, so now, I see. So one of these is going to be 8, 7, 6, 5. And if it was this one, this would be a 9. No, that doesn't work. Again, I've got to be very careful. It's a really interesting sort of way that this rule works. I've got to be very careful with the top of this V to ensure that it's capable of containing at least a 5. So let me try and explain this. If this Renban was 5, 6, 7, 8, which is one of the 2 options we've got remaining, where could you put the 9 in the box? You'd have to put it here. But then these digits are from 1, 2, 3, 4, and one of them is supposed to be the biggest digit on a 5-cell Renban. That doesn't work. So this is the 6, 7, 8, 9 Renban. Therefore, this is the 5, 6, 7, 8 Renban. Now we can do some tidying up here, because the biggest digit on that Renban is 9, so it's meant to be in a tip. The biggest digit on this Renban is 8, so it's meant to be in a tip. The biggest digit on this Renban is 4. Well, I can't really pencil mark that across the box, but it's true. So there's no 4 in there. And that hasn't got 4 on it. Yes, okay, so in the top row, there's now a 5 in these 2 cells, so there's no 5 down there. There's an 8 in these 2 cells, so there's no 8 here. There's no 1s in these cells. And I feel like... Oh, lovely. Where's 9? In row 3 now. It can't go there anymore because we've just put 9 on the croquet hoop, so 9's got to go here. And this is 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. And at least we've reduced this. We've reduced this in the sense that it's now a pencil mark that's just about acceptable without making us feel ill. Now, what about this row then? So, there must be a 5 now. Yeah, there must be a 5 in the tip. In fact, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. The biggest digit that I have available in this box, I'm going to just fully pencil mark it to show you what I mean, but the biggest digit I've got possibly available to put in a tip of this V is the digit 5. So it must be the biggest digit because it's a 5-cell Renban. You can't have a biggest digit on a 5-cell Renban that's smaller than 5. So it is 5, which means this isn't 5, and it means this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Renban. And the 5 is obviously in the tips. And, okay, we can now get rid of our aide-memoire. And now we can do... Now do I know what that one is more? I don't know. I don't know that I do, actually. Or what about the 9 here? I haven't used that very much. 9 definitely can't go there or there. If it can't go there, so 9 is in one of those cells. In box 5. Now, if 9 was in the tip here, this would be 9, 8, 7. That would be 6. That would be 5. These digits would be 1, 2, 3, 4. But 4 could be the biggest digit on here, couldn't it? We don't know that this is the biggest digit. It could be this one as well. So it could be 4 in either position. Yeah, that's nice. Right. But Zeta's Z is really... Well, that digit can't be a low digit. That's rather pretty, actually. Let me just show you what I'm seeing there. These cells are 1, 2, 3, 4 in box 2. So they are all of the digits 1, 2, 3, and 4. But that digit, therefore, can't be any of those digits because it sees them all. It sees this, it sees that one, not via the mechanism of Sudoku, but because it can't repeat on the Z. So it sees these 3 by Sudoku and that one because it can't repeat on the Z. So that digit is at least a 5. Now hang on then. So if that digit's at least a 5, but now the biggest digit on the Renban must be this one, mustn't it? So that must be at least a 6. That's logical, isn't it? It feels logical. That must be at least a 5. It's not the biggest digit, so that must be bigger because that can't be bigger. So that is logical. Well, now that can't be a 9. Because if this is a 9, I've got too many high digits in this column because I'd have 9, 8, 7, 6 here, and this is at least a 6, and it couldn't be anything. So that doesn't work. So this isn't 9. 9 is in one of those 2. So 9 is in one of these 3, but not that one. because that's in the middle of a Renban, and 9's always going to be the big digit on any Renban it happens to occupy. So 6, 5, 4, 3. Yeah, this I see. This Renban, the zetamath emblem that sits in the puzzle here now can't have 1s and 2s on it. In fact, that is 3, 4, isn't it now? Yeah, because it's got at least a 6 on it, so count back 4 digits, 6, 5, 4, 3. So you can't put 1 and 2 on it, which means this is a 3, 4 pair, which means this is 2, this is 1. Oh, it's lovely. Look at this. 2, 1, that's 3, that's 4. So this is now 3, 5, which means this is 2, 4. This is 3, 4. So this is 1, 2, 5. And 3 and 4 have to live on this Renban down here. And that digit is also on this. This is a 1 or a 2. But that must be on this Renban, so that digit's in here as well. I'm just going to make a note of that just so that I don't forget it, actually. It's one of those 3. Or I tell you what I could do. I could do that, couldn't I? Maybe that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Right, so this is 3, 4. This is 5 then, and this is 6. There's no other way to fill the line. That's really rather lovely. Now, yeah, this one has 6 on it, doesn't it? Because it's 8, 7, 6, 5. So there is a 6 in those 2 cells and a 6 in these 3 cells. And what is this now then? This straight Renban, because it's not 9, 8, 7. That's going to kill this cell. It's not 8, 7, 6. That kills this cell. It's nothing with a 6 on it, so the maximum it is 5, 4, 3, and that kills this cell. So it's not that. It's not 4, 3. It's not 4, 3, 2, because that kills this cell as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, which gives me a 4 and a 3, and we can't put the 3, which is now the biggest digit on this line, in the middle of the line. Now this can't be 9 anymore, so that's not a green digit, and 9 is right. That's good. Because this is 9, which is going to make that 9, and that's going to do this Renban. Good grief. Oh, it's lovely. It really is. It's quite, I shouldn't probably say this because it might have a sting in the tail like that puzzle we did the other day. Was it the Cactus Love puzzle on New Year's Eve? That did have a sting in the tail. But so far, this is really absolutely gorgeous. Now, we can't put 1 on a 4-cell Renban containing a 9. So that's a 1, 9 pair. This is 8, 7, 6 in some order, which gives me not a quadruple, a triple in column 8. So these digits are now improved. They can't be 6, 7, 8. So they're 3. Oh, that's good. Now look at this column. Those 3. They're 3, 4, 5. So that digit at the top is not a 4. That's got to be a 2. That's got to be a 4. And there's definitely a 4 in one of these 2 cells. So there's definitely not a 4 in this cell. Or a 5 or a 6. Oh, sorry. Look, there's all sorts going on here. I haven't seen it. So, well, this can't be a 3. Yeah. If this one was a 3, then this is a 4, so we have a 3, 4 pair here. But do you remember we've got to put 3 and 4 in yellow? Well, if this is a 3, 4 pair, this cell would have to be a Schrödinger cell. It would have to contain both 3 and 4. So that must be 7, which means these are not 7. Right, so this is lovely, because this is now a 6, 8 pair, which makes that a 7 in box 3. It makes this a 7 by Sudoku. And now, has this been available for 8? Oh, sorry, I didn't see it. But where's 1 in column 8? I could have done that ages ago. I just wasn't looking at it. And this can't have 3 on it. It's got 8 on it. Yeah, look at the V here. It's got 87654. It's not allowed to have 3 on it, so that's got to be 4. That's got to be 5. That's the 3. That's the 5. This 4 has to appear, remember, on this V over here, and it's going to go there. Oh, it's gorgeous. Now, ooh, well, can I don't know if I can do better than that. I know this digit's here as well. Okay, so maybe we still can't quite resolve that, but I must know what those digits are. They're 2 and 3, aren't they? Just by Sudoku. And I can't do the order of this, I don't think, because 9 is the biggest digit. It's probably this one. I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure where it is. 4. Oh, hang on. 4 can't go on that one. Oh, 9 can't go there because it would be in the middle of a Renban. Isn't this one under pressure? Because this 4, sitting merrily in row 5, column 2, is looming over the whole of that Renban, preventing this Renban from having a 4 on it. And it's a 4-cell Renban, so once it doesn't have a 4 on it, it doesn't have a 3, a 2, or a 1 either. So it's now either 5, 6, 7, 8, which it might be. Well, okay, yeah, it is that actually. Because if it wasn't, if it was 9876, then these digits in column 2 would all be selected from 9, 8, 7, and 6. And that's 5 cells in column 2 selected from 4 different digits. That won't work. We'll break Sudoku, won't we? So this has to be, it has to be 5, 6, 7, 8. That's true. We know that the 8 is going to be at one end. So now in the column, we have got a quintuple on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the 9 of which must be here. And one of these is an 8. And this digit can't be 5 anymore. So this is a 5. And in the column, we haven't, so this digit at the bottom is a 2 or a 3, because it can't be a 1. And that digit, which is a 2 or a 3, does have to go on this Renban. So it must go there. And that probably matters somehow. I don't know exactly how, though. Okay. Right. So where do we look next, do you think? I tell you something we can do that's mildly interesting. Where's 5 in box 6? It's on the Renban, which means that it's not on the bottom 2 cells of the same Renban. And now I've got a 6, 7, 8 triple in column 2, so this is a 5. Now, has that... Oh, sorry, look, I've got a 6, 8 pair here, so that's a 7. Now I've got 2 odd digits on a 4-cell Renban, so these have both got to be even. So they've got to be the 6, they've got to be the 8. That's therefore a 7, that's a 6, that's an 8. This is actually going again now. That's the 6 over here. 7, 8 pair, so this is 5. What is that digit? Surely we know it. It is 7. By Sudoku, I think. Seems like I've got 7 and 8 to put into column 5. That 8 is seeing this cell. So that's got to be a 7. That's a 7. That's an 8. Now, what do we do with that? So this has got 7 on it, so it could have 6 on it. It can't have... Okay, it's got quite big digits on it now. Oh, nearly. It has got to have a 6 on it, because it's a 4-cell Renban. It's got to have a 5 on it, actually. Oh, that's easier. It's got to have a 5 on it because it can't contain a 9, and it's got a 7 on it. So its maximum digits would be 8765, and its lowest digits would be 7654. So it has got 5 on it, and where are we putting the 5? It's got to be there. And now I've got 2 odd digits on this 4-cell Renban, which means the other 2 digits are even, one of which is definitely a 6, and the other is 4 or 8, and it's not. That's so lovely. Again, if this was a 4, 5, 6, 7 Renban, the 7 would be misplaced because it wouldn't be in an end. So it must have 8 on it. And therefore, this is a 6-8 pair. And I bet you... No, well, no, I'm not making any bets. I was about to make a bet that I would have lost, which is that we would know the order of these. But in this column, I've now got a 2-3 pair there. And that's probably jolly important. Okay, I can't see what to do now. Bother. Is it... Okay, yes. Where's 6 in this box? That's been placeable for a while. Where's 8 in this box? That's there. So these 2 digits, or one of them is a 9, which is good. That's going to get me the 9 in box 7. I've got... Okay. Where's 9 in row 4 is a question we could ask. It's got to be there now. So that's 9, that's 1, that turns green, this loses its greenification. This digit is a 1, 2 or a 3, and that is now a triple in this box, in box 5. So 4, 7, 8, 9. So this is a 9, 7 pair, and I know the order. 7, 9, 4, 8, I know the order. This 1 means I've got a 2, 3 pair, so I haven't put 9 into row 5, so I should do that. Let's ungreen this one, regreen or fully green that one, double click all the 9s, make them all green. They are all now placed. That digit is a 1, 2 or a 3. Okay, 1 or 2 though. I seem to have a 3 here. So that puts 3, look. I can place 3 in row 6, and the reason this can't be a 3 obviously is that this Renban the 3 is the biggest digit, so it must be at the end. So 3, 2, 3, we find the 3. That's therefore not a 3. Okay, I can't quite see how to resolve that. Let's try. Well, these digits here are 4, 6 and 8, aren't they, in some order? And I know that isn't 6, and I know that isn't 8. And that's a chocolate teapot triple if ever I saw one. Oh dear. Okay, let's try... Where do you think we look next? This column, we need 1s, 2s and 3s, so there's a 1, 2, 3 triple in row 7. So the digits we've not put in row 7 are 4, 5 and 8. So this is a naked single. That can only be 4. So this is now 8. That undoes our chocolate teapot, which is great. This 6 means this is an 8. So that's an 8. So that's an 8. That's a 6. That's a 6. That might be useful. Yeah, I can put 5 into row 7 now. In column 9, I need 4 and 6. 4 in the corner. Am I going to get any 3? I could. Could I get? Yes, I could get a 3 in the corner. Here, I think. Although I'm not going to. I'm going to get a 7 in the corner. Oh no. Oh dear. Okay, so that's 3. That's 2. This is a 1, 5 pair, which has probably been available for a while. This is going. I think it's going. This is a 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 3. Boom. That might be right. Yes, it is. Very, very cool indeed. Heavy indeed. That was brilliant. Brilliant puzzle from Tallcat and zetamath. Very, really weird logic. The way that it turns on its head by having just one addition to the constraint that you have to put a big digit at the end was very strange, but quite lovely. I really like the logic in the top 2 rows. And I really liked the fact you had to put at least a 5 in the tips of the V's. And I really liked that digit saw those digits. That was lovely. It's a beautiful puzzle. It really is. Let me know in the comments how you got on with it. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.